from Kern Government Television. Welcome to this week's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting. Originating from the County Administrative Center, located at 1115 Truxton Avenue in Bakersfield, California. Grounded in ideas, energy, and innovation, Kern County's vision is to be a driving force for the world's fifth largest economy. And our mission is to exceed expectations of the communities we serve, changing the way they feel about government, those who manage it, and the services it provides. Today's Kern County Board of Supervisors meeting will convene momentarily.
Okay, board to reconvene. This is the Tuesday, 2 p.m. session of the April 23rd, 2024 Board of Supervisors meeting. Stick with me, I'm going to get through this. Board to reconvene. We need to take a, first item's roll call. Excuse me.
Supervisor Peters.
Here.
Supervisor Scrivener.
Here.
Supervisor Flores.
Here.
Supervisor Couch.
Here.
Supervisor Perez.
Okay, next we need a report on actions taken in closed session. Ms. Raison.
Good afternoon. This morning in closed session, you met on items 38 through 40, and there is no reportable action.
Thank you. The next item is the consent agenda. All items listed with a C or a CA above the item number are considered to be routine and non-controversial by staff. We can act on those all in one motion. The C represents the consent agenda for the Board of Supervisors, and the C represents the consent agenda for the Kern Sanitation Authority or the Ford City Taft Heights Sanitation District. We're going to start with, this is going to be a little confusing because we're going to bounce back and forth in between being the Board of Supervisors and those other two bodies that I just suggested. So the Board of Supervisors agenda consists of items, the consent agenda consists of items 6 through 41 and 45 through 46. And I need to read a correction into the record for item number 21, where it says, in the third line where it says fiscal impact, the number should read $5,201.95. Is that the only correction that's needed? Okay. So is there anyone?
Withdrawing item 48.
I'm sorry, and we are withdrawing and item number 48, and it will not be heard today at all. So is there anyone here that would like to ask a question or make a comment about any of the items that I just read off? Yes, I'm sorry? Mr. Rojas?
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Somebody has shown up for item 21, so we would like to continue that item to May 21st so that we have time to discuss their issues.
Is that item 21
Item 21,
that also had the correction?
correct.
Okay.
So we're going to continue it to what, May 21st?
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, Mr. Rojas, did you say continue the item to May 21st?
Correct, I believe that's
Okay.
yes.
Yes, it is.
Continue it to May 21st.
So are we good with just a correction? That's the new staff recommendation?
Yes,
Okay. So we need a motion on the consent calendar, not only with the corrected fiscal impact, but also making the new staff recommendation to continue to the PM session of May 21.
correct.
And to adjourn as the Board of Supervisors and reconvene as the Kern Sanitation Authority.
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
Thank you. So we have a motion and a second. Please cast your votes.
Oh, hang on. Okay, now you can. Thank you. The motion is approved. All ayes.
Excuse me, that takes us back to the top of page 2. We are now sitting as the Kern Sanitation Authority. There are 2 items on the consent agenda for the Kern Sanitation Authority. There are items 1 and 2 on page 2. Is there anyone here that would like to make a comment or ask a question about items 1 and 2 on the Kern Sanitation Authority agenda? Seeing none, I'll return to the board and ask for a motion on the consent agenda and to adjourn as the Kern Sanitation Authority and reconvene as the Ford City Taft Heights Sanitation District.
So moved.
Second.
Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
Okay, we're now sitting as the Ford City Taft Heights Sanitation District. There's one item on that consent agenda. It is item 3 on page 2. Is there anyone here that would like to make a comment or ask a question about item 3? Seeing none, I'll return to the board and ask for a motion on the consent agenda for the Ford City Taft Heights Sanitation District and to adjourn as such and reconvene as the Board of Supervisors.
So moved.
Second.
Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved. All ayes.
All right, that takes us, still on page 2, back to item 4, which is public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons to address the board on any matter that is not on the agenda but is under the jurisdiction of the board. We try to keep the statements brief and under 2 minutes. So if there's anyone here that would like to make a statement, now is the time. That's your cue.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and fellow supporters of the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. My name is Logan Jenkins from Bakersfield Christian High School. I, along with my friends and fellow classmates Emma Braun and Riley Ronk, are deeply honored to stand before you today as student visionary candidates for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. We are the Crusaders Against Cancer, and we come together with a shared purpose to make a meaningful impact in the fight against blood cancers. Did you know that every 3 minutes, someone in the United States is diagnosed with a blood cancer? These diseases, including leukemia and lymphoma and myeloma, affect people of all ages, from children like Matthew, our honored hero, to adults in their golden years. Did you know that leukemia is the most common cancer in children and teenagers, accounting for about 30% of all childhood cancers? And lymphoma is the most common blood cancer in adults, with over 80,000 new cases diagnosed each year in the United States. The statistics are staggering, but they only tell part of the story. Despite advancements, leukemia and lymphoma continue to claim lives, underscoring the urgency of ongoing research and support. As a community, we must come together to raise awareness, support patients and their families, and advocate for continued funding for research. Every dollar invested in research brings us one step closer to a future where leukemia and lymphoma are no longer feared. Let us remember those who have been touched by these diseases and honor their resilience. Let us stand united in the fight against leukemia and lymphoma, knowing that together we can make a difference. Please join our crusade. No one fights alone, and thank you.
Thank you, Logan.
Good afternoon. My name is Emma Braun. As Logan said, the data only tells part of the story. Behind each number is a life. Meet Matthew, our Leukemia and Lymphoma Society honored hero. He is a true hero in every sense of the word, even at the age of 4. Matthew was diagnosed at the tender age of 3. From the moment he was diagnosed, he and his mother have made the trip to Valley Children's Hospital in Madera weekly. Often those weekly visits turned into week-long and month-long stays in the hospital. For many of us, this is unimaginable. However, as Matthew's mom says, you will do anything it takes to fight for your child's life. Matthew has shown incredible bravery and grace, never once allowing himself to be defined by his illness. He has faced countless rounds of chemotherapy, over 20 spinal taps, weekly blood tests, all with a smile on his face, and a spirit that refuses to be broken. His sister Jasmine has said, "It's hard to be in a bad mood when you know what Matthew has endured. He is always continuing to smile." Matthew has faced the challenges of leukemia head-on, with unwavering determination at such a young age, inspiring us all with his bravery and strength. Matthew is now in what is called leukemia maintenance, and his weekly visits to Valley Children's have decreased to every other week. Chemo is still part of his everyday life. Biweekly blood tests are now the norm, and spinal taps are a common occurrence. Matthew's journey is a testament to the importance of our cause. It reminds us that leukemia and lymphoma do not discriminate by age, gender, or background. Matthew is not just a survivor. He is a beacon of hope, a symbol of strength, and a true hero. His courage and resilience serve as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is always light to be found. Please join us in our crusade. No one fights alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Emma.
Good afternoon, my name is Riley Ronk. As Logan and Emma have detailed, the statistics regarding blood cancers is staggering, and it certainly does not discriminate. As we look to the future, we must continue to push the boundaries of what is possible. We must strive to find new treatments, new cures, and new hopes for those battling leukemia and lymphoma. Advancements in research have led to significant progress in the diagnosis and treatment of leukemia and lymphoma. But this doesn't happen without funding, and part of our job as student visionaries is not only to raise awareness, but to raise money. Every penny helps. We have handed out a flyer with a QR code, and with a simple click with your phone, your donation can be made. Let us stand together and let us pledge to keep fighting until we have achieved our mission. We must do so with the same courage and determination that Matthew has shown time and time again. And for all of us who have been touched by blood cancers, let us be the voice of hope, a beacon of light, and the agents of change they so desperately need. Together, we can make a difference. Together, we can turn the tide against leukemia and lymphoma. And together, we can create a future where no children, no family, and no community have to face these devastating diseases alone. We have chosen to act, and we ask that you do the same by donating any amount you can. Please join us in our crusade. No one fights alone. Thank you.
Thank you, Riley. Thank you guys for coming today. We appreciate it. You did a great job, and appreciate you bringing awareness to this to us, and I promise you we'll pass those out and we'll see what we can do for you. Have a great day. There's a guy right behind you that you met on the way in here named Jesse. If you guys want to take a little tour of the county building or you want to see the place, he's the guy that can show you. Thank you. Thanks for coming. Supervisor Perez.
I just wanted to say to you young people how absolutely marvelous your presentation is. I am totally blown away. I am so humbled by what consummate professionals you are at such a tender age. Supervisor Peters and I were a moment ago commenting that perhaps you all would consider going and running Congress for us if you aren't too busy, because you're just extraordinary young people. My God, you have blown us away today. I am so encouraged by hearing from you. I had a teenage friend who died from leukemia. The entire time you were here, I was thinking about him, remembering that suffering from the family and just how young he was and so otherwise healthy. I mean, it's just astonishing. And to see you so passionate about the lives of other people, and presenting just so marvelously. I mean, I tip my hat to you, and you really should feel very good about what you've done and who you are, how you present yourself, and the much needed attention and energy you're bringing to such an important cause. So to the adults in your life, well done, bravo, and keep going. I can only imagine where life's going to take you. So God bless your efforts.
You bet. Thank you. You bet. Take care. Thank you for coming today. That takes us to, I believe, item 4, public presentations. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons to address the board. Well, we're still on public presentations, so come forward.
Good afternoon. My name is Karen Bassard, and I have been employed with Kern County for 18 years and a constituent of District 3. In the past several months, Kern County employees have been subjected to egregious actions by Kern County Chief Human Resources Officer Tracy Eldridge. Employees who have been out sick with pay from their accruals they have earned have been harassed, bullied, and threatened to go without pay if they do not fill out FML paperwork and/or take a mandatory leave of absence, if they are out sick for more than 5 days or need to use vacation or comp time in lieu of sick leave. Employees have been told paperwork is not submitted to the state nor HR. It's held within the department. These employees are not on corrective action, have ample time to cover their sick time off, and do not qualify for FMLA or a mandatory leave of absence. Ms. Eldridge is ignoring the way FMLA, SEFRA, county policy, and civil service rules read and selecting sections to fit her narrative. Ms. Eldridge is taking the words of the county has the right to place an employee on FMLA or mandatory leave of absence if they can find an indication it qualifies. How is that being determined? Ms. Eldridge is missing the most important part. It is the employee's choice to be placed on FMLA or mandatory leave of absence, and it takes away from the 12-week FMLA. Employees are now being penalized for using a benefit they earned in the course of their employment. I am requesting on behalf of myself and other employees an immediate cease and desist to these actions and an email from county HR to every employee who filled out these paperwork stating whether or not their paperwork has been submitted to the state. I am also directing employees to fill out SDI paperwork so they can be denied by the state for FMLA. I have made packets for each of you which contain several email examples between employees who gave their permission, and it's redacted, but you guys have access, but I didn't know if this would be public record, and either department HR or county HR, as you can pull more if needed, the county policy on sick accruals, Civil Service Rule 1200 in its entirety, and both the employees and employers handbook regarding FMLA and SEFRA. Employees are already overworked, worried about money because of inflation. They do not need to go through this while at work. Thank you.
Thank you. Have you given this to anyone else at the county, or is this are we the first people to receive this?
You guys are the first one to receive it. I do have an email between an employee and Tracy, but the directions that she's been giving to county HRs is I have a prime example of that. And these are employees who have been, they're seasoned employees, so they're not really worried about retaliation because they know what is proper, and so they know that retaliation can't happen to them. But
whatever you're referring to right now is not included in this.
Which one?
Whatever. I thought you said you have other emails or documents or something.
There's 3 emails in there, and one has it's between myself and Tracy.
Okay. The reason I'm asking is I'm going to take this, I'm going to give it to our clerk and pass that on to our county council.
Okay, I made a copy for everybody.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else here that would like to make a public statement? Okay, seeing none, we'll go to item 5, which is board member announcements and reports. Seeing none of those.
Chairman Couch.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Supervisor Peters.
I just wanted to address some rumors going around about a potential nuclear waste disposal facility going in out in Randsburg, and it's been causing a lot of confusion and concern out in the community. And I just want to go on record as saying that that has not been a project that has even been applied for or spoken about. They haven't spoken with the county about it at all. To my knowledge, it hasn't been brought up with any bodies at the federal or state level either. So this is just a project that somebody has had the idea might be a good use of their property. This isn't a reality or something that's in the works or in the planning stages even. So it's not happening. There's no need for concern. I just wanted to make that public.
All right, thank you. Seeing no other comments, we'll go to item 42, which is plans, specifications, and notice to contractors for Camp Okeechee Waterline, Kern River Crossing Project. Mr. Hill, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chairman Couch, members of the board.
I'm sorry, before you get started, we're going to hear 42, 43, and 44 concurrently but vote separately. So would you like me to read what those items are as well? Okay, 43 is to identify the apparent low, responsible, and responsive bid and approve the contract with Ken W. Smith for the Boron Skate Park. Item 44 is to identify the low, responsive, and responsible bid and approve the contract with Ken W. Smith Construction for a the Rosamond Park Improvement Skate Park. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Chairman Couch, members of the board, Jeffrey Hill, Chief General Services Officer. I'm here again to briefly present some continued good news for improvements in our parks. I'll keep bringing these till you guys tell me to stop, but it's good news and we can use some good news. So items 42, 43, and 44 are requests for plans and specifications for the Okeechee Waterline Project and River Crossing, and then the Boron Skate Park and the Rosamond improvements in Skate Park are on this presentation as well. So Camp Okeechee lost its water about 7-8 years ago. It's domestic water. This project finally reestablishes that domestic water and will provide great enhancement of the use within Okeechee in the future. This is a project that had to go through several layers of engineering and permitting, flood control, and a bunch of other stuff. So this gives you an idea of where Camp Okeechee is, if you don't know. It's on the other side of the river between Hart Park and Lake Ming, and directly across from the water intake ponds for the City of Bakersfield Water Treatment Plant. This gives you a little more idea, kind of on-site. It's kind of an old drawing, but you can see the Kern River there, and then some of the roads around the facility, and some existing and other buildings. This project has a construction estimate of $1,060,000, and it is funded solely by ARPA funds. The scope of work is 345 feet, a 4-inch ductile iron water pipe, and a 30-inch casing that will be a minimum of 15 feet underneath the Kern River. The water line will be connected below grade, and an existing water meter will be used, will tie into on the south side of the river and then provide water to the north side. This graphic, it gives you some idea really of sort of the project. You can see the dark line at the bottom. Really, that's the pipeline and the casing that goes across, and we have to bore on either side of the river and guaranteed a minimum 15 feet under the low part of the river at the crossing. If your board approves it today, the bid opening for this project will be on the 25th of June. With contract award in July, and we have to wait by the permit requirements for the flood control district. We have to wait till November because that is the estimated low water period of time. We expect to be completed between November and January. So there's a delayed start, but we'll be under contract before that. We'll move on to Boron Skate Park. You guys have seen these drawings before. This came to your board about 6 weeks ago for plans and specs, but today is the contract, so that's a good day. So the Boron site plan for the Boron Skate Park in the blue area there you can see is the new skate park area, and this gives you some detail. It's going to be great for the community. They're excited. Shows the features of the skate park. And the scope of work include demoing existing concrete paving, installation of the skate park, and new ADA accessible path of travel, and all necessary modifications to the irrigation system. The bid opening was just a couple of weeks ago on the 9th. And if the contract is awarded today, construction anticipated start in June with completion in December. So we're excited about moving this project forward, and there'll be a deliverable soon. Roseman Skate Park, similar project. This gives you some idea. Again, it's a little different configuration, and it's a little bit bigger than the Boron Skate Park. But this gives you an idea of what that facility will look like. And again, the scope of work is installation of the park, construction of new ADA accessible path and parking stalls, and modification of existing irrigation. Again, bid opening was on the 9th. Contract award today, assuming your board approves it, and the estimated construction start is June to December as well. I believe Ken Smith have both of these projects. They've been a good partner with us for a lot of years. Before you vote, I just want to give a further update. I've been banging away about the Adopt a Park program, and we're really getting good traction with a lot of different organizations. We have the Greenfield Walking Group has adopted Greenfield. Kern River Parkway Foundation is adopting periodic work at Hart Park. Kern County Building Trades pre-apprenticeship program have projects planned at Bell Terrace Park. Faith in the Valley is signed and started Adopt a Park program for Ford City Park. The National Jet Boat Association they don't have an Adopt a Park, but they have a gratuitous services agreement to one or two times a month go through and clean up in Lake Ming. Mostly trash pickup and that kind of thing. And then south of the tracks is at Bell Terrace Park, and those are all executed either GSAs or Adopt a Park programs. So we're really excited we're getting some traction on that. Again, we've also been approached and are working with the National Ski Patrol for collaboration to provide a bike patrol along the county-owned portions of the bike path, and working with the city of Bakersfield to ensure sort of continuous patrol. So that's the end of my prepared comments. It's recommended that your board act on staff's recommendation. I'm also available for any questions if you have them.
Thank you. Comment first.
Thank you. I just wanted to thank you, Mr. Hill, for the Adopt a Park program. It's been a great success at Hart Park, and I know some community groups have been very engaged, and it's a great program, and it's making a difference. And I'm also supportive of the bike patrol, so whatever you need from us or our board, we're happy to assist, and we're looking forward to seeing that come to fruition, so thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Scribner.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excuse me. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. These two, item 43 and 44, represent approximately $14 million in investment in the parks in, I'm sorry, $1.4 million investment in the parks in Eastern Kern. Definitely exciting that I think the total that we approved was somewhere around $8.3 million a couple of years ago. So these projects don't happen immediately, but they do eventually happen. And so this is very exciting to see this kind of investment to come to fruition. I'll go ahead and defer to Supervisor Peters to speak on item 42, as that's in his district, but items 43 and 44 are definitely exciting for the residents of District 2. Thank you.
Thank you. Supervisor Peters.
Thank you, Chairman Couch. Just wanted to echo some of Supervisor Scrivener's statements. This is, there's a lot of good stuff going on in our parks, and especially with Camp Okeechee being on this side of the hills. There's not too many parks in my district on this side of the mountains. I know we have a lot of attention that gets paid to our parks in the Kern River Valley and Ridgecrest, and I think every single one of those parks has a project going on as well right now. So you guys are busy trying to make these parks better, and I know the communities appreciate it. So thank you very much for your guys' hard work, and I'm excited to see this get finished up.
So we need separate motions on each, correct?
I will move item 42.
Second.
I didn't yet. Is there anyone here that would like to make a comment on any of the items 42, 43, and 44? Seeing none, we have a motion on item 42. And a second. Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved, 4 ayes, 1 absent. Supervisor Perez.
Now we're on item 43.
Mr. Chairman, I will move approval of item 43.
Second.
Please cast your votes.
The motion is approved, 4 ayes, 1 absent. Supervisor Perez.
Now we're on item 44.
Mr. Chairman, I will move approval of item 44. Thank you.
Thank you.
Second.
Please cast your votes.
Motion is approved, 4 ayes, 1 absent. Supervisor Perez.
Thank you. That takes us to the end of the agenda. We need a motion to adjourn to Tuesday, May 7th at 9 a.m. Without objection, we're adjourned. Thank you.